Nintendo Labo is probably the weirdest and most bizarre announcement that Nintendo has made yet to date. Ever since it was first announced back in January, people just thought that it was just cardboard. But I decided to become a normal human being and decided to buy it for myself to see how it goes. So for today's question, is the Nintendo Labo really worth the $70 price tag? Let's have a look. First of all, I have to say that the box that comes in is not only very detailed, but actually pretty heavy at that for a game. Now that's when you know you're going to get into something. When you open up the box, the first thing that you're going to notice is the game itself. It feels blank and has a lot of construction stuff on the cover. Even on the side of the box, it's black instead of red, and it has this building block type font that's similar to the font that's used in Super Mario Maker. Oh, I should probably mention that game is going to be referenced a lot here. It kind of makes sense why they just chose this as the cover, mainly due to them not selling the game with the Toy-Cons themselves, and the fact that it's DIY based, so there's going to be some blank stuff to it too. It also has this cute little area here on the bottom of the front cover that lets you write your name on it. That is so smart, yet so oddly adorable to see at the same time. After you open up the rest of the box and go past the game itself, that's when you start to see the magic evolving. The cardboard. And oh boy, there's a lot of cardboard involved. Expect to have an empty trash bag with you. So as some of y'all seen on Twitter, I bought myself the variety kit. There are a total of 5 Toy-Cons that comes with the variety kit, which is the one that people are going to probably buy the most. The fishing Toy-Con, house Toy-Con, motorbike Toy-Con, piano Toy-Con, and RC car Toy-Con. Each take a while to make, and the instructions for them that are in the make area are all organized by the estimated time it takes to make them, from 10 minutes with the RC car to 3 hours with the piano. Making all of them was one of the most daunting tasks to handle, especially for the fact that this is a Nintendo game, but in the end, it was all worth it. Just hearing that cardboard snap into each other when building is just so satisfying. The cardboard itself is pretty durable when you're making something like the piano or the motorbike. And it isn't even poorly cut either. This stuff is precisely cut. It makes you feel like a construction worker when putting the Toy-Cons together. Alright, enough about the cardboard. Let's get into the Toy-Cons themselves. The RC car was fun to make, and it was really interesting to see what the car sees, not to mention putting it in a drawer or shelf and see it in night vision. The motorbike was also fun to make, but it's going to take me a while to get used to the simulative controls. And speaking of simulative or simulation, I love the fishing Toy-Con. Making it was pretty interesting, and this is the first time we use grommets and washers in a Nintendo game. Was this game made for Construction Fathers? Anyway, the one that I was looking forward to the most was the piano one, and oh boy, did it not disappoint me. The piano was the one I was looking forward to the most, and it was one of the first Toy-Cons I built. I did say on Twitter that sometimes the keys fall a bit and play a different notes, but after one of my friends told me to see if the notes or anything is placed precisely or correctly, I realized that one of the 2 boards that's used to hold the keys together was in the wrong order. One of them was flipped around. After fixing that, not to mention supergluing these 2 pieces for the middle keys, everything played as expected. The house was also pretty interesting, and popping in the button block, crank block, lever block, and the secret cable block, it was so cool seeing how the house interacts with it. Toy-Con Garage was probably the most awesome unexpected announcement for Nintendo Labo. People thought all of this was a gimmick, just like 1-2 Switch, but as soon as Nintendo announced Toy-Con Garage, Nintendo got the last laugh. Just like Super Mario Maker, where you get to make your own Mario courses, here you get to make your own Toy-Cons. They give you plenty of commands, or what they call in this game, nodes, to mess with. An input node, middle nodes, or an output node. But plenty of people are already trying to see what they could do with it, and it's awesome seeing the results. In Nintendo Labo, when you go into the Discover area, you'll be greeted by these information pages about the Toy-Cons and other things related to them. When you go into one of these pages and select the starting lesson, you go into this direct message simulation, like you're in a secret direct message area. Here, you're greeted by 3 characters: Professor Gary, Blaze, and Lerna. These characters are Nintendo Labo's Mario and Yamamura from Super Mario Maker, where they'll teach you the inner workings of the Toy-Cons as well as the other things related to it, like decoration and how infrared works on the camera. The lessons were fun to go through, and technically interacting with these characters like they're Nintendo developers messaging you was a lot of fun. Also, seeing your name pop up because it's saved onto the Switch itself is weird, but that's also what games like Pokemon, Earthbound, and even Doki Doki Literature Club do. They reference stuff here and there, like Super Mario Bros., which sometimes catches me off guard and makes me think I'm playing a Mario game, the Ultra Hand, which was a toy made by Nintendo in the late 1960s, which gets referenced a lot in other Nintendo games, and when they get to explaining the cards used to make your own waveforms for fish, one of the messages that you can use to continue the lesson is saying that it's a Game Boy Advance cartridge. And if you select that, Blaze says he doesn't remember the Game Boy Advance, and Lerna and Gary freak out about it. That is honestly one of my favorite bits here. Also, one thing I should mention is that they like to promote you decorating not only the Toy-Cons, but the Joy-Cons themselves as well. I honestly like that because I'm not really into decorating something I got from Nintendo, like Nintendo Labo. I'm gonna probably leave them the way that it is with the cardboard. But seeing this actually gets me into decorating it. I love that so much, and it shows Nintendo that it's okay for you to do whatever you want with it, as well as the Joy-Cons. You can do whatever you want with it and decorate as much as you want with it, and Nintendo's gonna expect you to do that. That is so kind of Nintendo to do that. Once you get done with all the lessons, you'll be greeted to becoming a Toy-Con master. And as soon as you unlock it, there will be a new area opened up in the play area that lets you play with your Toy-Cons that you made in the Toy-Con garage. And it's labeled as My Toy-Con. That is awesome. Again, referencing back to Super Mario Maker, Nintendo Labo has this simplistic art style. It's very cheery and sweet, and it doesn't catch you off guard. But when it gets to playing the Toy-Cons themselves, like the motorbike or house, it has a very realistic and outstanding art style, which was awesome. Not to mention, the pattern of yellow, red, and blue for the Make, Play, and Discover is very clever and really neat to have here, because it's not only following the primary colors, but it also opens your mind to new discoveries. In the words of the narrator from part 3 of the Toy-Con Garage videos,
"It just feels right, man."
In conclusion, is Nintendo Labo really worth the $70 price tag? Yes. I mean, people are just gonna still think it's flimsy cardboard, but with the cardboard being professionally cut and even colored, a working piano, a fishing simulator with a rod that makes cranking noises, a motorcycle riding simulator, Super Mario Maker Real Life, and an interactive pet house that is more complex than Nintendogs and steroids, I think $70 is definitely worth it. If you ever wanted a game that made you feel like a Nintendo Switch developer, then I recommend you pick up Nintendo Labo's Variety Kit. It gets a 10 out of 10 on my book. Hey everybody, thank you all for watching the Nintendo Labo review. I hope you all enjoyed it. Honestly, it was a lot of fun making it, as well as playing the Nintendo Labo itself. That was a lot of fun. I've been waiting for this for months, and I'm just so happy to finally get it. So what were your thoughts on it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Tell me in the comments. If you have any other suggestions for what you want me to talk about next, and if you have any fan that wants to submit to me, you can submit them all via Twitter, Discord, or in the comment section below via the hashtag #DMLTSuperShow. And if you did enjoy this video, hit the like button, and renew the subscribe button, and the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a video. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.